Welcome to the CAFMA Connect. I'm your host, Fire Chief Scott Freitag, and with me this week is Assistant Chief John Fenneman. John, thank you for being here.
You bet.
We had a different topic we're going to talk about this week. We're going to try to get one of the folks from the floor to come in and talk about, hey, please don't run over our fire hose. This is why that's important.
Nice.
Move to the right when there's an emergency vehicle behind you. However, I talked to you over the weekend, talked to Kathy, and so we decided to shift a little bit because, we've had another tragedy internally at CAFMA, and so I don't think that we could do a podcast this week without that being the topic.
Sure.
To an extent, right?
Yeah.
Payton worked here for a long time.
Yeah.
And Engineer Payton Parra lost on Saturday, July 1st, is actually his birthday when he passed. And so very unfortunate for all of us. And I know that everyone here at CAFMA is grieving right now, struggling, trying to make sense of it. And quite honestly, there's not enough information to make sense of yet.
Sure. No, it seems like, we're certainly just mourning the loss, and there are, still unanswered questions, and we have to come to the realization that some questions may never be answered.
Right.
But that doesn't take away the loss. It doesn't also take away from who he was as just a CAFMA firefighter, a friend, a brother. So I think that's what we have to focus on right now. And at the same time, working to honor the family, all aspects of his family. And that's kind of where we're at. I know some folks may be wondering what, that looks like. And we're still, working through with the family on what their wishes are. And, we'll continue to, we have a kind of a scaled together a team right now.
Right.
Just for this initial, process. And we'll continue to build out that team as we get closer and depending on what what the family wants. Because ultimately, with this situation, we want to honor the family's wishes and do the best we can to support them, in this moment, along with our folks internally, because there's a lot of folks that, definitely hurting internally.
Right.
So whatever we can do, that's where we're at.
Well, and like you said, our job right now is to rally around his loved ones. Obviously, Chief Dustin Parra is his brother, Payton's brother, and then Dustin's wife, Malin, and their family, and then Payton's son, Rhett, and his mom, Laura. There's a lot of folks hurting right now that we need to try to come together and support them, as we always do. We don't know a lot. We did send out an email on Monday afternoon that you helped me craft, and so we clarified that Payton, from what we can see so far in the investigation, it was not a suicide. Investigation's ongoing. Autopsy will happen Saturday. We appreciate Yavapai County Public Health and their support, visiting with us on that. And then if the autopsy does take place on Saturday, as I'm told it will, then Payton would be released to his family on Monday, and we'll do the escort and honor guard from there. And we'll continue the planning process with the family and looking at right now tentative the 16th of July for a celebration of life. Yeah. So, but quite honestly, that's the information we have right now. We don't have anything else to share.
Well, and I think the whole situation could evolve and change as we get closer.
Right.
But kind of that next event on the horizon will probably be that Monday escort. And we'll work with the family, work with the honor guard to make sure that we organize that. We're just one step at a time until we actually, have definitive information to send folks on what, that's the service arrangements, whatever that looks like. Once we know that, we'll definitely scale up a team to make sure we're supporting and then get that out to all personnel.
I had a conversation with someone this week, and John, I can't remember who I was talking to, and they were kind of pointing out what we all know, and that's that CAFMA has had a lot of tragedy and heartache over the last several years. And if you look at the history of our organization, we've gone through a lot of struggles, whether it was political strife and struggles or now grief from loss. And I pointed out to him that I said, if you look at what we've been through and you look at what we continue to accomplish as an agency, one, I think it shows the strength and resolve of our organization, our CAFMA family coming together. I think what we've shown is that we're not frozen, or I can't think of the word for whatever reason right now, by grief, right?
Sure. Yeah.
That we can grieve and still move individually as an organization. I think we show that in everything that we continue to do. Even since we lost Zach in October, we've added more things. There's more stuff in place. So we remember Zach. We can't turn back the time and change it. So we've harnessed that, and we've tried to work towards good, better things in place. And I think with Payton, it's the same thing. We can't go back to Saturday or Friday or whatever, and we can't change it. Yeah. But we can grieve while still looking forward and saying, okay, we're going to continue to work to be better. Yeah.
No, I think it's a testament to just the agency and everybody involved in the agency, across all divisions, that, even in some of these very difficult moments, we continue to move forward.
Yeah.
And I think that's just a testament to the resiliency and the resolve. We haven't let some of these, moments define our future. We've used it to strengthen today and to change our future. And some of it is some of the changes we've made in mental health. And we'll continue to make, strides in that area. But it's easy to sometimes, if we're not careful, let these moments just tear us down. And I think we've, as a group, continue to try to use these moments to build on a better future.
I can tell you, at least for me, and it seemed this way for a lot of people on Sunday, because Payton passed on Saturday. Sunday was the hose cart races and the Union picnic that brought a lot of families together. And I think that was good. I think it was healthy. I mean, if a bad thing has to happen close to a family event, so that we can come together. And I think there was a little bit of healing there, although people are still trying to just in their heads figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
But it was good to see everyone out at the park and down on the courthouse square and July 4th weekend. So there was a lot there to keep people busy and moving and together. Yeah. And I think that's the important thing, is that together.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to isolate in these moments. The isolation is a very bad thing, especially in these moments where there's maybe struggling. But I do even I think Dustin sent out a very good email just kind of reflecting what not just the family's wishes would be, but also what he felt Payton would want in this moment.
Right.
Was to kind of do what they did on Sunday, which was the hose cart races. Go, enjoy one another's company, and at the same time there was grieving, there was tears, there was laughter, all level of emotions. But I think I think Dustin said it well in the email that he sent out to all personnel, just related to what his thoughts were and what he felt.
And I think that's the key. There's so many people that worked here with Payton for a long period of time, and they have good memories of that. And that's what we're saying. Hold on to those. Yeah, remember those good times with Payton. Over the last 6 months, he's been on light duty, so he was working in prevention a lot. So we have some peer support going to prevention. He was in fleet, so we have some peer support going to fleet. We have peer support going into admin. We have peer support ready and available to stop by fire stations as well. We have Debbie Ritterbush and her team, should anyone want to have a conversation. Yeah. But as far as the stations right now, we're having the crews or the peer team stop by. Yeah. Prescott's peer team, shout out to them. Thank you so much for offering support. Yeah. And I'm certain that if we get to that point, we'll reach out. And I know that Jason B.A. Was already part of that, and did some great works talking with 51 on Saturday. So people are coming together and doing good work. Yep. And I think that's what we have to focus on right now, is continuing to do good work, honor Payton's memory by coming in and serving the community the way that we always have, and continue to progress. And if there's anything to learn from this, well, then we'll find that out later, and we'll use those lessons to continue to be better in the future.
No, I agree.
So I don't want to belabor the point. This is not an easy podcast to get through. So, Kathy, anything you want to add before we close out?
Just love on each other. I think that's That's a big thing. And reach out if you need help.
Absolutely. So with that, until next week, we'll get as much information as we can, but thank you for tuning in.